Very good job, team. Gina from Micronaut is up next.
Hello, okay. One sec. Got it. Hi, I'm Gina, and I'm here with my team, Saya, Ula, and Danielle. So today, we are excited to tell you about our Moonshot company, Micronaut, and how we are building a new era where microscale robots, aka microbots, are stored in your bloodstream to both detect and directly target cancerous tumors right at the source, paving the future of the $150 billion cancer treatment industry. So in 10 years, we're going to look back at how cancer treatments like surgery, chemo, and radiation therapy are delivered to our body and just think, so you're telling me the best treatment was to infuse poison throughout the entire body? Like, what? That's just barbaric. And so, instead, we are imagining a future where microbots are stored inside people at risk of developing cancer so that the microbots can immediately respond if a biomarker of an early stage tumor is detected in the blood. So currently, systemic chemotherapy targets the entire body with a strong payload, but cannot precisely penetrate the tissues. And nanoscale robots have faced challenges with being able to carry a large enough drug payload to have a substantial effect on the tumor. So that's why we decided to build microbots, which are larger than nanobots, offering the optimal balance between drug payload and targeted treatment. So we want to be able to make these microbots small enough to get close to the cancer site, while also being large enough to carry a substantial amount of chemotherapeutics to the tumor. Let's take a look at our treatment process. So first, we have store. Inject patient with microbots, which will be stored inside the patient next to the blood vessel. Second, we have release. Release a few microbots into the bloodstream through self-propulsion on a regular timed cycle. Third, we have signal. If cancerous biomarkers are detected, locate the targets and send signals to the other microbots so that they could also navigate to the site. And four, deliver. Penetrate with a chemotherapeutic agent until the tumor is fully eradicated and no healthy cells are harmed. So here's a proof of concept video from a paper that we were inspired by, showing the drug release mechanism from the microbot. And currently, startups are working on various aspects of cancer diagnostics and treatment through the bloodstream. And we've actually been in discussion with some of these companies and labs and would love to license and build upon their technology, because we want to seamlessly combine diagnostics and treatment into one product ready in just 5 years. But in order to reach our vision, the main areas we will research are power, navigation, and communication. So let's start with power. We will start by investigating protein mortars, which have propulsion regions that are pre-coated with fuel. And the best part is that they're multifunctional. So when they do biodegrade, they release the chemo drug load. Second is navigation. So a good candidate that my team thought was magnetic field steering, which ensures precise and safe 3D navigation in the fluids. And third, communication. We would like to look at acoustic signaling, where microbots send acoustic waves that propagate to other microbots to coordinate movement. And with more research into these areas, we can make Micronaut's vision a reality. And when you invest in our technology, you invest in your family, friends, and loved ones, a future where everyone can live longer, healthier, and happier lives. As a team with experiences in entrepreneurship, technical design, and research in academic labs, we are excited to take on this project at the intersection of our diverse interests. And we hope you could join us on our mission to accelerate the future. Now take out your devices and scan the QR code for a special surprise. Thank you.
All right, Gina. Thank you.
Gina.
What questions do we have?
Gina, can you dive a little bit more in depth into the magnetic steering that you're describing and what that technological solution actually is?
Actually, I can answer that. That's something that we actually want to look more into because that's a technology that kind of can only take place inside of a doctor's office because that requires an external field. So something that we would like to devote more resources to is the self-propulsion technology, like with the protein motors. So those can achieve some level of like programmability, but we definitely need to devote more resources into making that a reality. So making those more steerable. So while with the magnetic field, you could make that more steerable like via the external field, we would like to make like self-propulsion more programmable, I guess.
And we hope that this will not only symbolize a transition from an era where there's a lot of wearable medical devices or external medical devices in doctors' offices to an era of flowables where you have a whole doctor's office just functioning in your body.
Bren, do I have time for a quick question?
Yeah, please. Yeah, we have time for one or two more questions.
Great. So I think I heard a timeline mentioned of 5 years, and I was interested in hearing how you estimated that time.
So a lot of these technologies have already been tested in animals, but they haven't really made their ways into humans yet. So that's part of what we're trying to do with bringing this, I guess, into the commercial market. So I guess that's one of the ways that we envision this in our timeline. And another thing that we're doing that's unique to our solution is just integrating all the different technologies into one device and really creating this innovative solution of having storage and then like having like the sequential missions that attack the tumors. So that's kind of how we envisioned our timeline.
Yeah, and to add on, there's a few companies like across the world because this is there's multiple startup hubs around the world working on the solution. So for instance, in Europe, there's a bunch of companies like Taxoker doing animal trials and doing cancer diagnostics in blood samples ex vivo. So they're trying to take blood first and then diagnose it outside of a patient. And we're trying to do that all inside the patient. And we based our timeline off of how long it took them to develop their process. And yeah, there's tons of startups that you can read about on our website that we were inspired by to create a timeline that includes like hiring micro engineers, so we really get our technology down, but also making room for FDA trials and transitioning from the animal ones to human ones.
Thank you.
Really quick, who did those animations for you guys? Was that part of your team?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that was impressive. I had the same question, Mike. That's a skill that maybe we'll have to do a internal, teach us how to do that sort of thing. All right, really good job to the entire Micronaut team.